Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Beretta 9mm USA here, and today we are bringing you volume 2 of the Custom 1911's Buyer's Guide. As promised, what you see in front of you should be all completely new and different Custom 1911's than what you saw on version 1, which is what we said we would try to do, is pick out all new guns from different manufacturers, again, not the same manufacturer, and be able to talk about them and discuss them and point out differences in quality, talk about price, and different things that you might be interested in. Also finishes, right? So there's a bunch of blue guns here. There's also several that are chrome. There's a stainless steel. There's a two-tone right here. So you've got different things to look at, different things for you to consider if and when you are ready to order a custom 1911. We do want to thank our sponsors. One of them is Committee Coffee. So if you want some coffee, guys, check them out. Committee Coffee, you can order whatever kind of coffee you want, be it full bean or go ahead and grind it. They can do that too. So one of the things I love about them, not only is the coffee great, but this mug is fantastic. So if you guys need some decent mugs in the house, there you go. The first custom 1911 that we're going to talk about is actually a used pistol that I picked up for an incredible price. You're not going to believe it, but let's talk about it for a second. Les Baer Custom Valhalla Training Center pistol. What these letters stand for is take no prisoners and eat their wounded. So that is what that is. There was 50 of these made. It is a blued 1911 from Les Baer, and it does have the new custom aluminum alloy grips from LOK Grips. We just changed them out. It came with some wooden grips that came with it. So if you want to keep the wood on it, keep the wood on it. I was interested to see what a blued custom 1911 would look like with the orange set of aluminum alloy grips right here. And again, it looks quite nice if you're into that color at all. It is a little subdued for an orange grip, not quite as bright and reflective as I thought it would be. So it kind of goes perfect with this Les Baer Custom. We were able to pick this up, and you're probably not going to believe it, used for $1,350.
I don't think this has been shot at all because of the fitment as far as how hard fit this gun is. It doesn't seem like it's had any rounds put through it at all. It's really hard fit.
Yeah, it is.
That's the Elk Mountain Ranch gun. It was a training center that Rob Pincus and some other guys were running at the time. And we found this on Gunbroker and got a nice little deal on it.
Very, very nice. Very nicely put together. In the back, it's very tight. As you see, it's very tightly fit as far as hard fit for a custom 1911. Absolutely beautiful. Let's check out the trigger here.
This Les Baer is from 2001.
Your normal 1/4 inch or just about a 1/4 inch of travel there firms up really, really nice. And we're at 3.5, 4, almost 4. So I'd say it's a little bit less than 4. The reset, instantaneous. It's wonderful. It's a Les Baer. And again, 3, 3.5, 4. Yeah, right at 4 pounds is what I think it's at. Let's check the grip safety. Very little travel on the trigger right up there. And as far as the grip safety is concerned, looks like it wants to trap right around, yeah, right around 20%. It's done right there. Look at all that travel. So it's very nicely fit, and the hammer should fall. Get my finger away from the grip safety.
Professionally tuned.
Yeah, very, very nice. A wonderful used pickup, which I've been talking about a little bit more in the videos lately for folks that don't want to put that $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 out, but are still very interested in these videos because they like the idea of the custom 1911s. Guys, if you go out and look and look and look, eventually you will come across something like this that will be priced between typically $1,500 and about $2,500 for a lightly used Les Baer. The $2,500 ones are going to be ones that have been out for maybe 200 or 300 rounds, and for some odd reason they decided to trade them back in. It makes for a wonderful pickup for the second owner. So something for you all to consider that want to get into the custom 1911 world. Anything else, young Beretta, on this one?
Superb quality, again, from Les Baer. So the night sights are dead on that gun, but otherwise it's working order, ready to go.
Yeah, it's a nice gun for sure. 3 pounds, 13.9 ounces.
That's that consistency of that quality.
Yeah. All right, which one should we talk about next?
I think we should probably show the ACWs next, because, yeah, rough.
So this is an ACW Quantico hard chrome.
Yeah, but it's a matte hard chrome on the bottom.
I was going to say, it's the first time I've noticed that they really don't match.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the way they do it.
And it is a 9mm?
Yeah, so take a look at how poorly blended that mag well is. how it has a total edge to it. It's not blended at all.
Yeah, I noticed even the sides aren't very well done. That's a little bit of a disappointment, I would say.
So we have 5 ACWs or 4 ACWs with magwells, and this is the worst out of the 4. The other 3 or 4 I think are good to go, but yeah, this one definitely, with the old sand chin magwell, doesn't look too blended to me.
No, it looks like it's just been thrown on there.
Yeah.
Interesting. And let's compare that to something else. If you want to come out with the camera a little bit, what else do we have here that has a magwell?
Show the other ACW, the old Prime Charcoal Blue.
I want to do that gun all by itself.
Okay, we'll wait.
Since it's so ungodly expensive. This is a American handgunner, guys. We've shown this one a couple times on video already before.
And this is how Les Bear does their magwells.
But let's look at the difference.
Hand blended. It's a 2-piece, but superb, right?
Well, there's a little gap back there in the corner, but other than that, it's pretty well done. Let's see, can we get them both in camera at the same time? I'll try without banging them together.
I think that's pretty obvious which one's better.
Yeah. Big difference on the sides, man.
Yeah, and that's the main part that matters, of course.
Yeah, this one here on this ACW, it looks a lot more like just something that's been added to it and it has not been custom fit at all.
Yeah, it looks like a production magwell fit.
Nice light action there, guys. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the gun. You know, the finish itself, other than it appearing to be a 2-tone chrome job, the rest of it seems to be pretty good. Yeah. The front strap is pretty nicely done. The back is pretty nicely done.
The blending of that is horrible. Look at how bad that looks in the
side. Is that a big gap right there?
It is.
So it's gapped at the top and it's gapped at the bottom.
The beaver tail has a slight edge to it when it's pressed in and not pressed in on both sides.
They should have caught that right there. That's pretty bad, actually. They definitely should have caught that. And they also should have done a little bit more on the mag.
So yeah, taking a look at this beaver tail here, look at how poorly blended that is. There's also a slight edge to both sides when it's fully pressed in. And that's fully pressed in right there, you guys. That's a horribly blended grip safety. And then the magazine well on this is just horrible as well. Oh, another thing. This is another one of those guns that I ordered front cocking serrations on, and it isn't here at all. The old sales guy over there never even put that feature that I ordered on the invoice. And I didn't catch that back when he finally placed the order. So Beretta and I had ordered our hard chrome Quanticos back in September of 2021. And then the old sales guy over there didn't even enter our orders until March of 2022. That's how long it took him to even place our orders. And then he tried to cancel our orders as well. And then we called him out on his bullshit because it was bullshit. And then now the GM is saying that he was the one that made the decision. They don't even know what's going on over there. They don't know who's doing what and who's making the calls. They don't got their shit together at all over there. They don't even know what's happening, clearly. Right?
Well, yeah, we got mixed stories, so. I think overall they have a little bit of a problem with the truth. You know, being able to tell the truth. Why you would accept an order from us and then not place it for 5 months. And what happened was they had a price increase during that time too.
Yeah.
So then there was an argument between young Beretta and, what's his name, Nick?
Yeah.
Young Beretta and Nick over what price they were actually going to charge us because we ordered them.
Like I ordered this gun right here, and actually I got charged the updated price increase on this Cabot right here because he wouldn't honor the previous price based upon the year that we had actually ordered the guns and he had entered the invoice, or at least that's when he should have, because that's what a proper company would have done.
Anyway, so just know that sometimes they play pricing games over there, along with having, I don't know, 3 price increases in the last like 18 months.
Yeah.
So there's lots of that going on. Your price may change at any time. And I know a lot of companies try to honor the pricing even if there is a price increase, like Wilson Combat has done before for us. They didn't pull any fast ones and try to increase the price by $80 or $150 or whatever the case may be.
Another company that hasn't overcharged us or tried to would be Les Bear Custom. We've had guns on order with them now for 12 plus months that have been waiting to be built, and it just shows truly how scummy some of the companies in this industry can be, you guys. And, you know, I guess this video and the previous video really have just showcased 2 of them you need to watch out for.
Well, definitely one of the things we're trying to get across is buyer beware.
Yep.
So, you know, pay attention to what's going on and buyer beware on what you're picking out and what you're going to order from and who you're going to pay. Okay, let's go over the Alchemy arms just a little bit more. The overall appearance of the pistol looks pretty good. The front strap checkering is pretty excellent, nicely done. The back looks wonderful too. We already talked about the gaps back here, but let's go ahead and check the trigger. A little bit of bite on this gun, but not a lot as far as hard fit is concerned. Let's see what the trigger is. It's a black trigger, so it's kind of hard to see the black ones. If you can make it out on the camera there. Looks like about 1/4 of an inch of play there, and then it firms up. 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. I'm thinking about 4.5. And the reset. Pushing is not very good, but you heard it reset. So a light on the pushback into the finger, but you can kind of hear it audibly. And then back on the trigger again, 3, 3.5, 4, 4. Yeah, I think it's a little bit over 4.
And show them how horribly tuned or sensitized that grip safety is.
Back to putting pressure on the trigger.
And this is how all the alchemies come.
Maybe 70%, almost 70%, I would say. Because look, it doesn't catch it until right there. And then that's how much you got left. It goes in quite a bit still. It looks like about a 30% move going the rest of the way in.
Yeah.
So yes, 70% is what it takes to activate it. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger the rest of the way to prove that it's working. And there you go.
I think my DLC Quantico 45 seems more like 80.
There's some things to check on part 1. Yeah, that's about right on this one. Let's go ahead and check out if I'm right at 4.5 pounds. 4 pounds, 9.8 ounces. One more time. It's over 4 pounds like that. I don't like over 4 pounds like that. And so I want to make sure that I'm giving it every chance that I can. There was the last pull. We'll clear it and go again. Nice and slow, right in the middle. And right at 4 pounds, doing it super slow. So yeah, I'd say, just over 4 would be the average. And that's on this ACW Arms Quantico Hard Chrome with almost every option. Nothing on the top on these, huh?
They don't offer things like that.
They don't offer
custom, yeah.
That you can't get the top slide serrations on these?
More traditional, remember.
But you could order, if they put it on there, the front cocking serrations on the slide.
Yeah.
Okay, they just forgot to put them on there.
More than once.
Yeah, that's twice they've done that to you on your orders. Anyway, let's move away from this ACW onto something else. All right, guys, here is the American Handgunner, the classic two-tone of young Berettas. Hard chrome bottom with a blue top. Again, the bluing from Les Baer is pretty good, and this pistol shows it off again. This pistol is sporting a pair of LOK Grips right here, along with this Les Baer. Those are LOK Grips, and so is my wonderful red aluminum alloy grips here on my Spardella custom carry. Those are LOK Grips. Back to this one. This thing's pretty much loaded with every available option. Again, you'll see things that are allowed here that are not allowed on ACW or Cabot Arms. And young Beretta ordered it this way, so you're gonna see everything is done. So I'm not gonna go over the entire pistol because we already have twice in Les Baer videos. But I do wanna show you guys what the difference is as far as a trigger pull is concerned compared to the competition. So you got about 1/8 of an inch of movement, very, very little movement there. You're firming up and you are braking at about 3.5 to 3 3/4 pounds. Reset, immediate. As soon as it pushes out, it resets. Again, a little bit better than the ACW, and you expect that from a Les Baer, and it's gonna break again at 3.5 to 4 pounds.
How tuned is that grip safety?
Let's check it out. Let's see what the grip safety is. A little pressure right here on the trigger and slightly pushing in. You can feel it already on these Les Baers. You can feel it as soon as you start to put pressure on it that it wants to lock. Like in 15%. Done. Wonderful.
Probably tuned gun.
Yeah, that's really wonderful. Let's go to the Spardella Custom Carry High Gloss Blue, guys. Beautiful, beautiful finish. You could almost shave from it. It's just a wonderful finished pistol. I carried this for almost a year. Still looks this good, so that's wonderful. It does have a little bit of wear on it from the carry. You'd have to look kind of hard to find the wear, but there is some. Beautiful, beautiful pistol. Not only is it beautiful, it has ran 100% from the first day of shooting it. And if you look back at that original shooting video, and I know a lot of you are asking for shooting videos, go back and check this thing out. It ran fantastic from the first round to the last round.
And you also qualified recently, right?
Yeah, and shot like a 97 out of 100. So shot very well under pressure with this gun. No malfunctions, no problems whatsoever the whole time. So let's go ahead and talk about how it fit. It's more like a Wilson Combat or a Nighthawk here, guys. Very, very, very smooth and very well fit. You can feel it. About 1/8 of an inch in trigger movement here. It firms up. Wow. I'm going to say 3.2, 3.4, something like that. Reset. Immediate, pushed out hard. Back on it again. 3. Yeah, I think it's under 3.5. Let's check it. And let's see if I'm at 3.5. Well, a little lighter than 3.5. 2 pounds, 12.1 ounces. Let's do it one more time, just for consistency's sake. Again, right in the middle of the trigger. And just make sure you kind of pull it slowly and straight back. 2 pounds, 5.4. So yeah, less than 3 pounds. Wonderfully consistent. It is great feeling when you're using it in the field. Obviously, I used it to qualify with, and it gave me no difficulties or problems whatsoever. It's just a wonderful pistol. Highly, highly recommend them. There's a couple that are available right now. He only brings out like 5 at a time, guys. So if you want a Spardella, please give him a call. Tell him, you saw him on our channel and that you're interested in ordering one. And I think you're going to find it's a little bit more custom and a little bit nicer than many brands out there. And price-wise, you're looking at $8,000 for this, and you're looking at the way this one is outfitted, $5,000. You can get either one of them for less money, but this thing over here, this Alchemy, just keeps on going up and up and up in price. I cannot believe that it's at $8,000 for what it brings to the table, but it is, according to their website. These ones here are more like around $5,000. And this is $5,000. This right here
4,000
is $4,000. And the price leader of the bunch, a used 1911 custom Les Baer for $1,350. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to leave it at that. I've been beating that bandwagon for a while. I think Les Baer brings bang for the buck on the used custom 1911 market. They have over 50,000 guns out there. And so because you have 50,000 out there, you're going to see these show up on the used market. And if you can find one that's nice, no matter how old it is, because if the sights burn out at 10 years, that's fine. You can replace the sights. But is the gun in good quality? If the gun is a good quality, lightly used Les Baer, it will last your lifetime for a wonderful price. Let's go to the Cabot. And right here is the Cabot Arms National Standard Commander Full Cycle. This one has been a pain in our tail since the moment I bought it. It had to be returned before it was even fired. The trigger was inoperable.
So was the safety.
I don't remember much about the safety, but I know the gun could not be counted on to fire reliably. It had real issues. And if you watch the video, instead of us bringing out a video of it being a broke dick dog, what I did was I brought out a video with it finally being fixed and saying that the gun had been gone over by Rob Shalin, the head gunsmith at Alchemy Custom, and he had done a trigger job on it. It was a pretty light trigger job. I had like a double, 2 rounds that went off consecutively very quickly. I don't know if it was because it has a 2.5 pound trigger pull or if something else is going on with the gun. I attribute it to my own fault, and so we'll leave it at that for right now. But this gun, this custom 1911, was inoperable from the factory. So let's talk about this Cabot a little bit more in detail. The grip safety was not blended correctly, and young Beretta had to do some blending on it himself to make it usable for me. It bothered him so much that he wanted to sell it. I bought it from him before he sold it to somebody else because I was hoping that the pistol could be salvaged. There were so many times that young Beretta and I tried to salvage these guns and tried to salvage the relationship with Cabot Arms and Alchemy Arms that we got to the point where, we just couldn't do it anymore. They got to the point where they were canceling our orders and threatening to cancel our orders and raising the prices and changing the prices and just a bunch of things that I just didn't think were okay. Go ahead.
And yet at the same time, Rob was trying to get us to showcase more stuff for them. He was trying to reach out to us about a potential quote-unquote special project coming up, and I think it was that crappy Combat Wombat. Get us to push more stuff for them. That's how badly they want the coverage from us. Well, here you go. Since we're your #1 marketer, apparently, that's literally what the Cabot sales guy said, that we're the #1 seller for Cabot and Alchemy. Well, here you go.
Yeah, so that's where they're at, and that's how they were behaving.
Rob told us that he went over the entire gun. What did he go over again, Brett Singer?
Everything from the trigger itself, which is completely inoperable. I mean, it was a throwaway $4,000 gun at that point, to the safety. Oh, it's still acting weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Huh.
Still acting kind of weird.
There's something wrong with that detail.
So's that. That's acting a little weird too, just there. Okay, anyway, the normal hole being shown back here.
The safety is just another thing that is just horribly fit, and they actually don't make it in-house, or at least they didn't used to, even though they claim the entire time that they make all their parts in-house. They actually told us that they don't. So that's interesting too, isn't it, British Singer?
Yeah, I don't know. Just the whole thing was disappointing. Let's go ahead and cover the trigger here real quick. Very little movement in that trigger. It's like 1/8 of an inch, which I kind of like. 3, 4, 5. It feels like about 4.5 pounds. Let's try it again. It might be less than that. The hammer's acting weird. Yeah, you're right. It's more like 3.5. Okay, so check the grip safety. That's not too awful bad. What do you think, about 50%?
That's after it was tuned, because beforehand it was 95% or 90%.
Okay.
That's how the cabinets come, don't forget.
So this is one of the things he did for us too.
This is one of the things that he did. So he tuned it, but he didn't blend it.
So it works at 50%, guys. Let's go ahead and check its poundage real quick before we move on. So yeah, overall it was a very disappointing cabinet, to say the least. And it's another one that I look forward to selling down the road here. 2 pounds, 11.8. One more time. Yeah, what did I say? I thought it was around 3.5. So it gets really tough to decide exactly where it's at when it's less than 3. And 3.6, so an average of 3 pounds. What else did you want to say, young Brett, on this one before we move on, besides it being a total disappointment?
I just think it's interesting also that this has a 3-pound trigger, because I know specifically that we had told Rob that we don't like 3-pound triggers. We like it for it to be a 4-pound trigger.
Yeah, well,
and this is supposed to be a duty carry style pistol, and it's not a professional gun at all. That's an amateur gun. That's a novice pistol. That's how the cabinets are built out the gate. They're built for the novice. I mean, are you kidding me? To have a 90% way tuned grip safety, that's not tuned at all. That's not custom.
yeah. I definitely think they're more of a showpiece than they are a carry piece. That's the difference between these and Wilson Combat, in my opinion, is Wilson Combat is a known carry gun through and through and through. Thousands of people carry them. Not just, 10, 20, or 30. Thousands of people carry Wilson Combats to protect themselves and their families every day. These, I think you need them tuned, and then make sure you put 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 rounds through them to make sure that you've got a gun that you can, bet your life on.
Well said.
Yeah. All right, on to the last one, which is an Alchemy Arms. What's it called?
It's their top of the line, supposedly only built by their head GM, Master Gunsmith himself.
All right.
And this is your retirement gun that I had bought you.
And that one is coming up next after this break. All right, guys, next is the ACW top of the line Prime Charcoal Blue pistol. These are the grips that came with the pistol when it was sent out to us. For some odd reason, during the transition of the pistol being sent out to us and then building the pistol, they had forgotten that the pistol actually comes with different grips, and I had to ask for those grips 3 weeks later, and I received them in the mail. These are like $200 grips. I don't know why it was left off the pistol to begin with, and why we weren't told of it, why we had to do the research and make phone calls to find out where the grips were. Again, it just comes down to questionable behavior from a custom 1911 builder. I don't know, why didn't they tell me that? Why didn't they say, hey, we're sending the gun out to you, but it's gonna come with just regular brown wood grips because the super expensive grips are no longer here and available. When I called him and talked to the GM over there, that's what he told me. It's not my job to do all the legwork and find out why my gun isn't built the right way. Don't you agree, young Beretta?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Especially if you pay $6,000, $5,000, how it's built right now, $8,000 shipped.
Yeah. So I purposely left it like this, just in case we were going to make a video on it to show how the gun came, and then to talk about how the grips came later after I did the research and made the phone calls asking where they were, and then 30 days later or 60 days later they showed up.
This is another one of those guns that you literally picked up on that trip to the FFL. Picked this up and the Wilson Combat 2-tone Burnt Bronze Commander on the same day, and you threw them in the safe.
Yeah, and I just didn't have time, guys. I was trying to get set for retirement. This was actually a retirement gift from young Beretta to me, so he's the the one that shelled out the almost $6,000 for that. This thing has been subject to price increases since then, and it is closer to $8,000 now. So if you're looking at something like this, it is done on a very limited basis, and it has increased in price to just over $8,000 retail. So keep that in mind. Also, the blue parts are no longer done the same. What's the difference on that, young Beretta?
This is a fire blue small parts, and now they're doing it in-house. It's a blue PVD. So they cheapen process for it to make the parts and finish them, and they raise the gun's price by $2,000. That's interesting. And they claim it was because of their quality control and not being able to control the quality. Guys, they can't control the quality of their guns as is, so I wouldn't be worried about the finish on the parts.
Yeah, anyway.
Also, it has a nice chip on the mag well, right there.
Can you see that? Yeah, I think you'll be able to see that on camera. Yep, there it is. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, obviously I did not send it back, guys. So now if you're talking about this gun and the other one, the one other ACW that we could have sent back, that would have been 7 out of 11 that would have been sent back. Now we're way over 50%. But this one could have been sent back for this. If you didn't like it, you paid all that money and you got a chip right here.
Are you kidding me? So that means someone dropped that.
Well, possibly. Either that or just a complete moron. When they put it on, they left it on. Yeah. But yeah, it's all the way through the finish, if you can make it out.
And then this magwell is properly blended. So there you go, you know, an example of more than one. There's another example of how to blend a magwell. So the GM actually spent some time on this one.
Yeah, I don't know about the chip. I'm not sure how that could have freaking happened. Anyway, the front strap looks pretty good, guys. And the back strap looks pretty good.
Oh, show them how poorly blended and fitted that grip safety is. This is great.
I can feel the edges when I run my fingers across it, with it in or out, and this edge of the right here, see, or you can see it, look,
there you go.
See the edge of the safety sticking out like that? Not over here, just right here.
You need to blend around the exterior edge, you guys. You can't just blend it straight up. You have to go around it and round it off.
You can't feel it on this side over here, but you can definitely see it and feel it on this side over here.
How it's blended as far as fitment. Side to side movement.
Oh yeah.
Real nice quality on an $8,000 gun.
Yeah, that's a mess, man.
That ain't custom.
That's a mess for sure. All right, trigger. And I have no idea, guys, because I have not messed with this at all. Put me on the spot. Here we go. About 1/8 of an inch of travel. Berms up. 3, 3.5, 4. I'd say just over 4 would be my guess. Let's do it one more time. Again, the 1/8 of an inch there. And yeah, I'd say right about 4 pounds. It's actually pretty nice. And then, a little pressure right here. Sorry, guys. A little pressure right here. And let's see. Oh, what do we got?
You actually tuned that one?
What do we got here? What do we have here, guys?
No consistency at all.
A tuned grip safety from ACW Arms.
Everyone applause.
Good job. Good job, Rob and Nick. Good work. Look at that. And just to prove that it is 15 to 20%, I'm going to go ahead and, well, first I'm going to show you how much more it comes in. It's kind of tight to begin with, guys. But it's like, yeah, it's like 15 to 20%. And then the movement is also less than you think it would be since it locks in at 15 or 20%. But let's prove that it is working. Good job. Nice work. Let's check the trigger. You know what? When they do a good job, I'm going to say they do a good job.
Yeah, because that's the truth.
Yeah.
But, you know, the consistency ain't there, and that's the fact.
Well, there's room for improvement for sure. And what did I say? Right at 4 was my guess?
Yeah.
3 pounds, 7.8. One more time. Since it is a very expensive pistol, we might as well show it twice. And who cares if it's a 27-minute video? So yeah, almost a 4 average. So high 3s, right at 4 would be my guess. The pistol itself doesn't have any other misses other than the ding in the mag well. I don't see anything else really wrong with it. I wish the grips would have been on the pistol when it was delivered, when you spend that kind of money and don't have to ask for it later. for it to be made available to you as an owner. Anyway.
Brandon here, which finish is better between the Spardella Custom Carry, high gloss blue, and that charcoal blue?
Oh my God, it's not even close, dude.
People are wondering.
I want to do a video on this. I don't know.
Just show them real fast.
Yeah.
Just give them a quick little.
I'm just going to give you a quick look, but I don't really want to cover this in detail because this is something that I definitely think is worthy of a video all by itself, and especially when you own, 20, 30 customs, that maybe you could talk about what the difference is as far as the quality of the bluing and the look of the bluing and everything else. So I think they're both kind of a gloss bluing. It's definitely a different, deeper look to the Spardella arms than it is with the ACW arms. So if you're looking for something that's going to be more classic 1970s, early 1980s, beautiful Colt, or the best of Smith & Wesson, or whatever, I think you're looking at Spardella and spending the extra, how much is it?
$1,200.
To get this finish on this gun. Now remember, with this $1,200 finish on this Spardella, it still comes in almost $3,000 less than this gun right here. Just...
And I think that's actually completely built out, maybe even with the mag weld, dude. That's a total win.
Yeah, just saying. All right, guys, I think that finishes up this video. Thank you for watching. If you want to see a part 3, let us know. If we do a part 3, it won't be until probably early 2024, because we're doing 2 of these for you this year. Plus, we have plans for 2 less bear group-like videos and comparison-like videos that we're going to do. So that gives us 4 for the year already for this year, 2023. So if you want to see one last one on a comparison custom video for the trilogy part 3 for 2024, let us know in the comments, okay? Thank you so much for watching the channel, the Beretta 9mm USA channel and the CZ 9mm USA channel. I also run a small tool channel called the Legion of Tools. So if you want to spend a little more time with me, want to check out some other things besides guns and all the problems with custom 1911 makers, then come on over to the Legion of Tools, and we'll talk about tools over there for just a little bit and what I consider good tools for you to buy if you're a homeowner. So until the next video, guys, remember, be safe, be careful out there, watch out for the goons and anybody else that may want to do you wrong. Always be in condition yellow. Do not submit to the unlawful cretins that are out there. Be safe. We'll see you on the next video. And remember, your Second Amendment is worth protecting.